agreed during the week to let a developer build 250 houses near the infamous Love Canal.
You hear about this?
They're going to be built within a few blocks of the one-time swimming hole where 22 tons of toxins were dumped in the 40s and 50s. About 700 homes abandoned there in 78 when chemicals were found oozing from the soil.
This is the place they had to take the whole development. They had
going to buy that out.
They had to abandon it. It was called Love Canal.
Sure.
Right, I remember it.
But now they're building these new houses. It was on TV a couple of days ago. I guess you can get a pretty good deal there.
Yes.
Some people, I guess these people bought a 2-bedroom house, and before they moved in, it had actually grown a 3rd bedroom.
Just like New Jersey, man.
Wow. So they were very, very happy. You don't need a nightlight. Live there for a while.
Very nice.
We'll take a short break. We have comedian John Fox. Tony Siragusa from the Colts is here. Look for a sunny day with a high of about 60.
All right, it's 7:30.
It's time.
Breakout.
7:34 Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Come on, guys.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Joining us in the studio, Tony Siragusa,
Good morning, everyone.
It's Tony.
along with comedian John Fox.
Yay.
John Fox, the legendary John Fox, is downtown at the Indianapolis Comedy Connection. Looking for something to do this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing like some live comedy. John can only give you a taste of his work here, and that's the only time the word taste will ever be used in reference, to John or his work, I might add.
I got pretty tasty. My stuff's pretty tasty.
Now, I heard a story.
What?
I heard someone told me to ask you about this.
What?
You apparently met Tanya Harding. Is this-
Yeah. I was in Portland.
Oh, you're not going to tell it, are you?
I was in Portland. She gets in. I was going to do a radio show, an interview, a radio show, and she gets in the limo, and I had no idea they were going to pick her up. So they pick her up, and we're on the way to this radio show. She's got this real dark purple lipstick on, you know, that the girls are wearing now. It's outlined in black eyeliner. I know it's not very attractive at all.
Sounds ugly.
And her boyfriend's just a real big weightlifting dumb guy, you know. Not all big guys are dumb or anything, Tony.
Yeah, what are you saying?
This guy was one of the few that's not too bright.
Okay.
So anyway, so he's like, talking to Tanya about her lipstick. He says, I don't like her lipstick. It's too dark. And I said, so I'm trying to make friends with this guy. I said, I didn't like it either, being so dark and purple like that. He says, I can't even kiss her no more. I says, how come? So every time she puckers up, all I can picture is Oprah's ass.
Hello. I guess you don't have any hemorrhoids, huh?
Hello.
Well, nice to see you, Tanya. Thanks for stopping by.
That was
But when
John
she puckered up, that's what it looked like. It was pretty rough.
Wow.
Good
So how was
God.
Tanya? Pretty cool?
She's pretty nice. She bought some store-bought Hooters now.
What?
Oh, yeah, she's packing 36 double Ds.
Oh, gee.
Well, if you saw that layout of hers, they
needed 'em.
She needed something, because those look like some trailer. Bad bananas.
Wow.
Oh, then you can say that word, can't you?
Bananas, yes.
You can't say the one I said?
No.
Tom's got his finger on that button.
Like
No,
the
I
hands
didn't. Bob
heating
did
up.
this time.
You don't say. You started it.
Well,
So,
anyway. So your Christmas party was a success.
yes, John Fox was the guest.
That's right.
The guest
I-
MC at our Christmas party. Did a nice
Great.
job.
It was great.
That was a lot of fun. Great.
Don't ever sit up in front.
Yeah, well, I told him, I take some shots at Tone,
Shots.
Well, I just can't get
I
on.
was sore after
He
that
did a
one.
half an hour on you. What are you talking about?
God.
There's a lot of material there. I mean, look,
You gave me some of your money you made that night. Jesus.
You give me some of the money you make Sunday, we'll call it even.
Okay, I'll do that one for free.
Jeez.
He did a half an hour on Tony.
Yeah. He laid into Tony like crazy.
Wow.
Weren't you there?
I thought Tony was going to come up on stage for a minute.
No,
Eddie Toner's sitting there laughing at me. My fiance's crying.
needless to say,
Because you realize what a loser she had.
needless to say, after that, she did not do a half hour on Tony.
No, she didn't.
That's why the pool table's out of whack.
It all
Their
ties
pockets
in.
get sore, you know.
It all ties together.
How big are those pockets? Size 6?
Big enough to fit a pecker with a knee, I'll tell you that.
We're going to be signing our brand new Christmas album tomorrow at the Glendale Mall.
10 o'clock in the morning.
So if you can get there, it's an early morning, not for us, but for some people, I guess 10 o'clock's early on a Saturday. We'll see you there. If you want a signed copy, it'll be, I think it'll be right in the middle of the mall.
I'll play a song here that I'm sure Foxy will like.
Okay.
There's a group called the Nantucket Nine. Mm-hmm. It's called There Once Was a Man.
Okay.
Q95. There was a young lady named Claire who possessed a magnificent hair. Or so I thought till I saw one get caught on a thorn. It began losing hair.
There was an old maid named Matilda, whose one love in life was a dildo. No batteries in her pocket, she plugged into a socket. Though she had a big smile, the thing killed her. Oh, the beer will flow, we'll drink until we're silly. We'll belch and lie of times gone by. Right, I'm gonna shake the dew off me lily.
He felt the winter wind blowing. He was freezing and it just kept snowing. Since that awful December, his frostbitten member has trouble both coming and going.
There was a young man named McGee. No luck with the ladies had he. Our hooker was said to have tossed him from bed. It seems he was hung like a flea.
There was a young girl from Madras who had an incredible ass. Not round and pink, as you'd probably think. It was gray, had long ears, and ate grass.
Oh, the beer will flow. We'll need more drinks, of course. We'll belch and boast and raise a toast.
But Bert, I must be a man about a horse.
Now I'm going to play an accordion solo.
Oh, no, you're not!
You bastards!
An Argentine gaucho named Bruno said there is one thing I do know. Women are fine and sheep are divine, but the llama is numero uno.
There was a young man named Cavoyan who couldn't stop pulling his groin. His palms, they grew hair, but he didn't care. Going blind was what he found annoying. Cavoyan. There once was a man from Cape Horn who wished that he'd never been born. And he wouldn't have been if his father had seen that the end of his rubber was torn. The beer will flow, so raise the glass you're toting. We'll belch and sing and toast the king.
My God, my teeth are floating.
The beer will flow, there's never enough of this. We've told some tales and drank some ales, and now we've got to leave.
Q95, the Nantucket Nine, a new group, 741. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Tune called There Once Was a Man. That's from Bob and Tom Canned Laughter, sponsored by Long Electric and the Indianapolis Honda dealers. Dan Young Honda, Ed Martin Honda, Honda West, and Indy Honda. It's available at all Karma stores all over Indiana. Also at the Q store in the Greenwood Park Mall, a kiosk right in the middle of the mall, and at the Sports Service store near Lazarus in the Washington Square Mall. We'll be signing it at the Glendale Mall tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Right now, we have a couple of guests in the studio from the Indianapolis Colts. Tony Siragusa is here.
Hello.
Tony, great to see you again.
These have to be the tough trips going all the way to the West Coast, huh?
Nah, 5 hours, 18 hours before a game. Yeah, a little jet lag maybe.
I'll bet.
The food's good, though.
I saw Tony in Seattle last time they played there.
Yeah,
In a bar.
That's right.
Night before the game.
You're lying.
But it was early. That's right, it was early.
I was not in the bar. I was in the comedy
That's right.
bar area.
Comedy bar area.
But he made it back in time for bed check.
Yeah.
That's the voice of John Fox, who's never made a bed check in his life, although he's written a couple checks in bed.
It's the truth, man. I haven't been late in so long, it could happen at any time. I swear to God, it could happen. It's, you know how it is. Sometimes it's just fist or famine, I've still been so horny lately. I had a cigarette after I stuffed the Thanksgiving turkey.
Tell who's here.
Now, are you dating?
I spent yesterday all day at Sears because I heard there was a half pants off sale.
Are you dating somebody now, John?
Oh, well, I was dating this girl who's pretty flat chested.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't, I'm a Hooter man.
Mm-hmm.
But this girl, she's real flat. I mean, she can put her bra on backwards and it fits.
That's bad.
Oh, she
pretty
could have
bad.
a baby. She could nurse it with a straw. I've seen more meat on a busboy's vest. You know what I'm talking about? She's just skinny. I mean, she has to tease her hair to keep her pants up.
Oh, I get it.
Do you?
But that's the truth. I haven't been. I don't know. I couldn't get laid in a bread line with a 30-pound turkey. I can crawl up a chicken's butt and wait to be laid. You know? I don't know.
Poor John.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah. I see, Pat.
Hi, good morning.
Well, what in the world?
Morning, John.
Hi,
Morning,
she's
Tony.
up.
Oh,
Pat
wonderful.
Carlini's walked in with a...
What did you bring in here?
Isn't it cute?
What is it?
This is from Tom. I think you know Bob from Gore's Christmas Tree.
Uh-huh,
He
sure.
made this for us.
What is it?
It's a Christmas tree, Bob.
It's a small one.
It's a little
He's
tree.
really cutting
he
back,
heard
ain't
us
he?
talking about. Yeah,
It's like a Charlie Brown tree. Well,
See,
see,
it's got a little bit of each. It's got white pine and Douglas fir and Fraser, so it's a little.
because we can't really fit a full tree in here. Well,
So
that's very nice.
this is our
That's your.
tree.
The donated one.
Now, do you have to water it?
How are you going to water
Maybe
that?
if you like watered
You
the
put a plate,
stump.
put a plate underneath and dip and soak the stump. See?
Yeah.
That way it'll keep fresh.
Tom,
Well, I've had to
that's
do
a
that
stump
myself.
with a hole in it.
I had to soak my stump once or twice. I know how to do it. Let me
You
show
stay
you.
away from the tree.
Hope the guy
far
right
away
now
from the
off
tree.
is a donation, is he?
Man,
Picking up scraps on the ground there.
let me have that. I'll tie that to the top of my car.
Looks like antlers. Don't
Wear
worry,
that as a
make it
hat.
shot.
It'll make a nice little tree.
Isn't it
It's just,
cute?
oh, I see. That's homemade. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, of course it's
No,
not.
it's-
They don't grow that small, Bob.
There we go. Now I can't see Fox.
That's the idea, huh?
Very
It's a nice little tree. Well, thank you.
Well, tell 'em
That is
thanks,
nice.
Pat.
Now, Pat, we're having a nice warm weekend to put up Christmas lights.
Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, this will be a good weekend to do that. We've got warm weather coming up once again. No snow as we end November, so means a late beginning of winter for us. But the last time we didn't have any snow in October, November, we had a white Christmas. So
We
see,
did?
there you go. 2 inches were on the ground by Christmas. That was 1990. So maybe there's hope for us. But this weekend, certainly no snow. We'll be in the 60s both days and no rain.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Last Christmas was very snowy, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful, beautiful
That
Christmas
was
day.
nice. Yeah.
Snow everywhere.
Was
Get
there?
for that.
Oh, yeah, it was a beautiful Christmas. Where do you spend your Christmas? You're playing a game the
Christmas Eve.
day before.
What are you playing?
Buffalo.
The Buffalo Bills.
In Buffalo?
No,
No, right here.
Oh, you'll be.
1 o'clock game. No, will you?
Yeah.
So you'll have Christmas
It might be
here?
being changed to 4. They changed the Miami game to 4 o'clock. Somebody said something about they might
What?
be changing it.
They changed it to 4.
Yeah, the Miami game
Are you kidding?
the week before is at 4 o'clock, yeah.
Are you sure?
No,
There's a
but-
big poster in a dome, covered half the dome. The Miami game has been changed to 4 o'clock. I mean, unless someone's pulling a big prank or something, trying to get people to come late.
That means they probably.
It would be nice if someone told us.
Well, the TV stations probably made the call, so it'll probably be a national game then.
They want people watching. It's not just to be shopping that afternoon.
Most of the stores will be,
Yeah.
pretty well bare by then. I
Let's
imagine.
face it. I mean, you go on the day before Christmas, most of the guys are watching the game at Sears. They might as well, let's look at these guys lay down for a while.
That's when guys shop
That's
anyway,
true.
isn't it? Day before
That's
Christmas.
right.
Day before
Yeah.
Christmas.
Where
I'm-
America shops. You
That's
talk, come
right.
on.
Is
We
your
have to take
shopping
a
done
break.
yet, Pat?
Well, no, but it'll probably be done before Christmas.
Right to service merchandise.
What'd you get me this year?
You know,
Write
I
it down.
haven't gotten your gift yet.
Try and keep it under 100 this year. Would you,
Okay,
Pat?
I'll try to keep it low.
Yeah, no problem. We'll come right back at 7:47. 7:51 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Howdy.
Good morning.
That's the voice of Tony Siragusa from the Colts. Also
Hey!
here with us, comedian John Fox and Pat Carlini. Pat, a warm day today.
Yeah, warm day today, 58 this afternoon, and we'll be in the 60s for the weekend, so it doesn't even feel like December.
I should have brought my golf club.
Yeah, see? We
Good
don't
point.
do this
Should have.
Should have.
John Fox is downtown at the Indianapolis Comedy Connection. John Fox, a veteran performer. He's been featured on many of our albums, perhaps more than anyone else, I would imagine. John is not on our current Christmas project because he hasn't been here since he was here. June.
We got a court order.
Until that restraining order came in.
John,
It's PG, I guess, huh, the CD?
John did a very fine piece on our a summertime album. on Good Old Boy. Should I play that?
Oh, yeah. I wanna hear it.
One of the greatest jokes of all time.
Really?
Oh, that's the one from last year. We'll end with that. We'll play that in a second. This is from Good Old Boys.
Okay, good.
And for those of you that have it,
Play some of my greatest hits.
we'll be happy to do
You've been
that.
writing stuff. I don't have to worry. Yeah, play my greatest hits.
All right,
This is actually an interesting day. I don't know if you remember the circumstances, John, but we had planned on going to the state fair. This is true.
Oh, yeah.
And we had been asked by officials of the state fair to attend a seminar on pig breeding.
Actually, if you play it, it explains everything.
Oh, it does explain
Yes.
everything?
Oh, yes.
But this is all true. And then
Oh, that's right. I was excited.
Yes,
John
you
had
were.
prepared some material for the pig breeding show, and then at the last minute, we were canceled by the state
We'll
fair.
do-
people.
Sort of got yanked.
We'll do, this is something that I'm sure you'll enjoy. We're going to do a John Fox sandwich.
A double shot?
Well, we're going to do his Fox, then we're going to do a Christmas song,
Mhm.
and then
Okay,
Johnny
good.
again.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
this is Mr. Fox on
All right.
Q95.
Comedian John Fox joins us.
I am so upset.
I can tell you are.
Did you tell the people at the audience
Well-
what we were going to do today?
Well, let me tell them and then
Go ahead.
before you start. I found out about it last night. They asked me yesterday if we would do it, and it involved learning about the process of breeding pigs.
Yes.
We were going to actually be over there to see the breeding this morning, in which we would actually take a male pig and see how they extract the seed from the pig, and then they.
They're gonna whack a pig off. is what you're trying to say. I mean, cut to the chase here. I mean, I got 3 pages of pig whacking jokes. I figured we'd play stroking in the background. I mean, how many chances? I mean, I've been to tractor pulls. I've been to truck pulls. I've never been to a hog pull.
But
This
John,
was my big time. What am I going to do, man?
I'm
You know,
sorry.
would have been a first.
Oh, I mean, if the guy doesn't, what if the hog doesn't like the guy who's extracting? I mean, you're no Jimmy Dean, you know. I mean, we've all made a few pigs, you know, but
although knowing John as I do, it wouldn't be the first time he'd brought a pig to ecstasy.
that's a good way of saying it. That's the word I was looking for. But pig and ecstasy just don't go together in the same thing.
You've ever been with some fat girls?
Oh, are you kidding me? I went home with a fat girl the other night. She was so fat.
Really, how fat was
She
he?
smelled my elbow. Oh, man, she had to get out of bed to roll over. She sat on my face. I had to turn up the stereo. You know? It's a big girl.
I guess
Gravy
so.
was a beverage. You know? Took her dancing, the band skipped. I tell you, this girl, she was a big girl. Took her to Mount Rushmore. She didn't know whose face to sit on.
That's
Took her out for dinner. The waitress took her order in shorthand. Took her to a baseball game. The vendor slipped over. Who got the section? This girl was fat. Thanksgiving Day, she ate dinner for 6 hours. She goes, I think I'm going to walk this meal off. Said, call me when you get to Cuba.
Dan Rather, CBS News. Be sure to listen to the Bob and Tom Show. The frequency is 94.7 WFBQ, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, man, Christmas. You know, Bob, the office Christmas party's tomorrow night.
Uh-oh. Tom, got a little rough last year, and guess what? Mr. Weed, our manager, would like to see us in his office.
The station manager?
Yes, indeed.
Well, okay.
Bob and Tom, what do you have to say for yourself? Are you going to have too much eggnog again at this year's office Christmas party?
I'm sorry that I shoved Chick's face into the onion dip.
Man.
When Pat Carlini danced with me, I didn't know she'd strip.
Well, I gave her $10. I'm sorry that I mooned your wife, Mr. Weed, while wearing that Santa Claus cap. And I guess I startled our guest of honor when I puked all over his lap.
Sure was nice of the mayor to come, Tom.
Yeah.
I won't get drunk this Christmas.
I'm not going to drink this year.
I won't put a lampshade on my head and swing from the chandelier.
I won't dance around your living room wearing Christy Lee's brassiere.
We won't get drunk this Christmas. We're not gonna drink this year. Hey, how come Mark Patrick isn't here?
Oh, because you have to pay to park.
You know, we're sorry Ian mistook your closet for the toilet, but he wasn't feeling very well.
I think some Clorox will remove that stain, but you'll never lose that smell.
And, Mr. Wheatser, tell your next-door neighbor that I hope he's feeling better.
Who would have thought that our limousine could squash an Irish setter?
Not me.
How ironic that the dog's name was Spot.
I won't get drunk this Christmas.
I'm not gonna drink this year.
I won't do the magic trick where Carlini's patties disappear.
That was great. I won't say pull my finger and ask your wife to volunteer.
We won't get drunk this Christmas. We're not gonna drink this year. We won't get drunk this Christmas. We're not gonna drink this year. Oh, dog, get us a beer.
Oh, man, yeah. I'm thirsty.
This magician's on stage, and he invites this guy from the audience to give him a sledgehammer. The magician says, I want you to hit me in the temple as hard as you can with a sledgehammer. The guy goes, all right. So the magician lays his head down on this block of wood, and this guy hauls back. Bam! Pops this guy in the temple. 10 years later, the magician wakes up out of a coma in the hospital and goes,
One-time favorite.
Q95.
Oh, my.
That's a John Fox sandwich there.
You know, the other night somebody was yelling, ta-da, in the audience, and that's what they were yelling about.
Yeah, they actually requesting
They were
jokes.
requesting my bits.
How to Tell a Joke by John Fox. John Fox is our guest. Before that, we heard something from last year's Christmas album, Lollapaloozers. A little piece about the Christmas party.
First time we've ever done a song together.
Yeah, although we were going to do one for this year's album, and we're actually going to do it for next year's. We got so busy and got sidetracked. I want to thank Tony Siragusa for stopping by this morning.
Thanks, guys.
Tony, good luck this weekend.
Yeah, good luck this weekend.
Tony, I know you keep those other teams down to about 10 points. I want to give a note to the offense. They have to score more.
I'm going to drop that by today.
That would be nice.
keep them down to 12.
Yeah.
And then if they score, then you win.
The coaches are listening about now.
Okay.
When you score enough points, you got to hold them on defense.
Okay. Thanks,
You're
Tony.
doing a pretty good job of holding them on defense.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Well, thanks for coming in. Hilarious
Thanks,
as
guys.
always, Tony. And we'll hope that you work out the thing with your girlfriend. And because otherwise, see, we're going to Florida. You're welcome to come.
I'll be there.
Good. See, we're going to Disney World in April.
I'm figuring you can probably go to the Bahamas with us because I have a feeling you won't be going to the Super Bowl.
Nice, Bob.
I got my tickets. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right. We're announcing our Bahamas. We did this last year. We watched the Super Bowl in the Bahamas, and we're taking a bunch of winners. When are we going to do that? Are we giving,
In the next
giving
couple
away in
of
a
weeks,
few
I'd
weeks?
imagine.
We're going to scuba dive, the whole...
The whole thing, swim with the dolphins,
Yeah, we
wave runners.
We did the dolphin
yeah.
thing. You ever ridden a wave runner?
Parasail.
Have I ever ridden away from it?
Oh, did I
Out
ask
on
the
the
wrong
ocean?
thing?
Yeah.
Parasail.
Yeah, I have 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
You ever
Well, I
played-
guess you've
ever
done
My
that.
brothers always ride them. I can never get on them. I got a couple. I got some.
I own them, but I've never been on.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a blast. I mean, you can come with us on that trip if you want, but we're
Gambling.
You know, when we get back, the way I figured this out.
Let me write all this down.
Our spring Florida trip, because you were going to get married on my birthday, I think, April 22nd.
Yeah, it is your birthday.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going down to Florida the day before that, and then we're getting back just in time for the Eagles show, which is Thursday.
The 27th?
You know, did they take it off the board?
27th and 28th. It's the only one up there, Tom.
Yeah, you can't miss it, Tom. It's blank except
Right
for
there, right
Eagles,
across
the 27th.
Eagles, Deer Creek, Thursday, Friday, April
Oh, I
27th,
see. Yeah,
28th.
so we'll be back just in time to go see the Eagles in concert. So a great trip.
People are holding on to them tickets a long time. Huh?
You betcha.
I've had mine for a year. I had.
Their concerts in April?
Well,
it was scheduled
canceled.
for last
But
September.
the tickets I think the tickets went on sale last April. So
Yeah, they did.
Basically, if you got like 8 tickets, you're looking at $80 in interest.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
hey.
It's the wave of the future. But
There
the
you
Colts
go.
do the same thing. You know, we'll get our bill for our Colts season tickets in February 1st.
You have to have them in by the 1st of March.
Yeah, so that money sits around for a long time. So that's the way to do it.
I guess.
Good old interest.
Maybe we should sell next year's Christmas album now.
There you go.
There you go.
You buy a coupon.
Buy a coupon.
Puts a little pressure on us to get it finished.
I guess. We'll have to take a break.
We'll come back with comedian John Fox. Thanks for coming in,
All right,
Tony.
guys.
Thank you, Tony. It's 802 WFBQ, WNDE, Indianapolis. It's for you. 806 Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. Comedian John Fox is here with us. John's downtown at the Comedy Connection. Happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah.
Today's Bob's birthday.
Thank you.
Man.
Sorry
Thanks.
it took us
Now,
this long to remember.
Your birthday's right
all right, I
before
forgot
mine,
about
isn't
But you and I birthday is right next to each other. Mine's the 24th, yours is the 22nd.
Right.
Right.
Check
We're both
your-
the same age.
Chick just had his birthday last week or 2
mine's
weeks
November
ago.
26th, and Bob's is December 2nd. We're both Sagittarii.
Did we miss
We're both
celebrating?
we're both Tauruses.
Did we miss celebrating your birthday?
No, it was on a Saturday. That's all.
So you got
All
the
right.
present.
What present?
We haven't gotten birthday presents since
No,
we
we don't
worked
get
here.
we don't get birthday
What are you
presents.
talking about?
But I'm glad that you're fully aware of that.
I have
Not
to save
expecting
up all
anything.
year long to get your Christmas presents.
No joke.
Bob
What do you guys want this year?
gave me my birthday present.
Money.
I got to go over and watch a Redskin game this past
Money.
And the
always
Colts
good fun.
game, chick. Come on now.
and the Colts game. I want socks.
I asked Chick
How
what he
about-
wanted for Christmas. He
I
said
like socks.
socks.
I already got you socks.
I already got your gifts.
You got me socks?
I don't know what to
I don't
get you
wanna
guys.
pick-
I'm stumped this
I
year.
do not want to picture you this year.
I don't either.
You know what I'm going to
I
get you
do.
guys? You know what I'm going to get you guys?
Nothing.
I'm going to bake again.
No. No, Grandma.
No way.
No.
You mean by
I
that?
still have the plum bread you did last time.
Cranberry
It was cranberry bread, and it was
Why
damn
is it-
good.
Then
It
why
was
is it
actually
why is it
good.
purple?
Well, it's been there for 4 years.
I'm baking again.
No. No one likes baked goods.
What should
unless
they do?
they're-
They do if they're freshly baked. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. I mean,
Mine were freshly baked.
but
They were?
any of those canned imported
Hey, wait a
from
minute.
Georgia fruit cakes.
Grandma VO made fruit cakes this year.
Hello.
She passed them out at Thanksgiving. She goes, now you know you got to pour booze on them and make them taste good.
That's Grandma VO. Thank you.
I was not aware that you were supposed to put booze on fruit cakes.
You see-
You're not.
You see, John Christie has a very colorful family.
Rivaled only by mine.
But most grandmothers do. They hit the sauce. My grandmother. She's like 90, and every New Year's Eve she gets a bottle of whiskey, puts a straw, puts a nipple on it, and goes to bed.
See you in the morning.
See you next year. Where's my medicine?
Well, it's time for us to check in with news headlines and sports headlines with Chick McGee and Christy Lee. The news this morning brought to you by
Roto-Rooter, and away go troubles.
Down the Drain.
Roto-Rooter.
Roto-Rooter,
I
Roto-Rooter.
think we're doing it too quick.
Well, you
Try it
guys got
again.
a science here, don't you?
Try it again.
We're a team.
Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And
away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
Very good.
A little better. You need to extend your roto-rooter, and then you're
Mr. Producer over
Going to
here.
be a flush at the end of that or something?
coming into
Tom, the
it.
album's over with.
Okay.
The album's over
Sorry.
with.
See, then let me do the let me do the down the drain solo. See, try it again.
Take three.
Yeah, that's my
Take
solo.
it.
Do a
See?
solo? Where, at the end or
no,
at the beginning?
down the drain.
Okay.
Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles.
Down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
You're off
If
on
you're
your
gonna-
drain.
Yeah, he was way off on his drain.
What do you mean?
You sang a Z instead of a
Try it again. I've got some flow.
You got to be good.
Try it again.
I ain't doing it again.
You would, you know, it would be a nice change of pace if the client actually got their name mentioned in one of your commercials. What do you mean? Instead of hearing about Christie's anti-VO and Grandma VO.
All right.
That's anti-ho-ho, I believe.
Sorry.
Anti-on, anti-ho-ho.
Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles.
Down the drain.
There we go.
Roto-Rooter.
It would have been perfect.
That was
Bob had to
pretty
interrupt,
good.
but There they go.
That was a pretty good one there.
Roto-Rooter installs water heaters, fixes leaky faucets and sump pumps.
Down the drain.
And Roto-Rooter
Become
work
jingle singers.
is guaranteed.
Is there anything
Roto-Rooter
better?
services septic tanks and grease traps.
If we were
Here,
jingle
Grease.
singers, we wouldn't be able to buy anyone things for Christmas.
That's true, because we'd be
We'd be
poor.
broke.
Roto-Rooter also repairs water lines and gas leaks. Roto-Rooter has a man in your
If
neighborhood.
John Fox was a jingle singer, every jingle would begin, "There once was a store in Nantucket."
Two firemen in a smoke-filled room, and away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-rooter.
You guys got me a bad image.
We've given you
You're
the
really
bad
a
image.
nice,
I do the cats
nice
and dogs.
guy, aren't you?
I really am a pretty nice guy.
Now
Do you have a girlfriend?
Not no more.
Not no more.
She found out about
I used to.
She
have a
found out that you weren't such a nice guy, huh?
Well, I was a nice guy, but you see, man, I don't. Just relationships don't work for me.
Why?
It's my theory. Once you've done it in every position and told each other your best stories, it's time to move on.
You know, I always think of the story. The first story I ever heard about John before I met him, he involved a pizza.
Pizza.
And he was on the phone.
You can't tell that story on the air.
Yeah, with his wife, and he was eating pizza and engaged.
And away go troubles down the drain.
That could be why you don't. You
remember that?
No, I was having a pizza.
Pizza. All right.
Well, we were going through separation.
You and your wife, not the woman you were on the.
Yeah,
No, you were totally joined.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you growing a kind of a goatee, sort of a?
It's a shock absorber.
Slow down.
Shock
you're moving
absorber
too
when
fast.
you're really partying. It's a good tea. Yeah, I don't know. I know.
Is that why you're growing hair in your hands too?
Yeah. I got one hand bigger than the other one. There's always oil oozing out of it too for some reason.
Tell me about it, man.
You're the same way. You know,
Oh, God, yeah.
you can't get laid in the 90s.
No.
Maybe it's because we're both fat too.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's
You know, I
right.
just tell these girls this big hunk of my stomach is foreskin, but I think it scares them. I haven't had to prove it in about 2 years.
Roto-rooter. Are we done?
Oh, man.
Commercial done?
Last time I had a piece of tail was my finger broke through the toilet paper, okay? Oh, God.
I want to go wash my shower.
Let's talk with Christy real quick.
It's going to be a sunny day today. Look for a high of 60. Somebody who doesn't feel dirty at all, who's actually feeling pretty darn good. Gary and Deborah Allen from Alexandria, the couple splitting the $100 million Powerball lottery. They'll take home $1.8 million a year for the next 20 years.
They're splitting. They get 50.
Right, and
because
there's a
someone
ticket
in
sold in Nebraska.
And they haven't come
They
out
have
of the.
not come forward yet.
Well, somebody's waiting to get divorced. Probably.
Can't. Sorry.
At least that's what I think.
Remember the guy that won the $100 million a couple years ago?
$111 million
with
up in
with his
Wisconsin.
fiance.
Split it.
with
They
her.
split it with her, and they weren't even married.
And they didn't get married.
They didn't come out for a while. Remember, I went on the air first and I said, "You know what's happening? They're getting a lawyer and getting separated right now legally." That's what happened.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I think suddenly he realized he was in a different league.
That's right. Hey, honey, you don't look good enough to talk to me this way.
His stock went up considerably. Well, so did hers. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both their stocks went up.
Real.
Oh,
handsome.
yeah.
But that's a lot. That's $1.8 million, man. Forget about it.
Every year for 20 years.
Yes.
Now is that
That's
after
after taxes.
they get to keep the 1.8 million?
And that's for
keep
doing.
it.
And that's for doing nothing. That's
He was
just-
on his way to get his hair cut, stopped at the
See?
Village Pantry in Anderson, bought $5 of quick pick tickets, and boom.
John, your
investment.
dad was right.
Cut your hair.
Cut your hair, son.
Well, just, I mean, you know, what would you do for $1.8 million a year?
I'd buy a new butt. Mine has a crack in it.
I mean, to earn the money.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Just about anything.
I'd let Dom DeLuise sit on my face. For $1.8 million. And blow air out my ear. That's a lot of money. Oh, forget about
Serious.
it. Huh?
I think if you won that much money, John,
You'd be dead.
first thing to buy a
There's a
casket.
coffin. Yeah. First thing I ever did, the plan ahead.
Wow.
Well, I don't believe in coffins and stuff. You know, it's, when you're dead, just, you know, the relatives prop you up to a can outside. The city will take care of it. You know, 2-3 days, the people be complaining. They'll pick you up. Yeah, no problem. Save yourself some cash.
Composting, huh?
That's right.
If they cremated you, John, they could probably light a small city.
Yeah, a little fuel in there.
Well, you know, over the years, you've built up, you know, the
Toxins.
toxins. Yeah.
Toxins.
That's the word you're looking for. That's the word I was looking for.
You know, I don't know.
1.8 million. They get to keep that every year.
Yeah.
You think they'll be staying up in, where they're from Alexandria?
They say if they buy a new house, they will build in Alexandria. They'll stay. And he says he's going to keep his job. He works at Thompson
They all say
Consumer Electronics or
They
whatever
all
in
say
Marion,
that.
the plant there. Works the third shift, so he's probably at home right now having some breakfast.
Yeah, and I have a strange feeling it's going to be called Allen Consumer Electronics.
They probably he'll get tired of all his buddies coming up with sob stories wanting to borrow money.
Oh, he's got relatives growing out of the woodwork.
I heard they've already changed their phone number.
Already changed their phone number.
Cousin Louie.
I would have.
What was his last name again?
Allen.
Allen.
Gary and Deborah Allen. In other news, President Clinton calls passage of GATT a victory for America. He went on to thank the members of Congress.
I thank Ambassador Cantor and Secretary Benson and Mr. Panetta, Mr. Rubin, all of the others in the administration 2 more years who worked so terribly hard.
624 vote closed the 103rd Congress on a rare note of bipartisan unity.
Hey, John, did you hear about the sexy bandit?
So
What?
sexy bandit.
Oh, is this the gal in New York?
Yeah, this is one of those things where the newspapers have taken to calling or something, and they get that nickname going.
Is the gal in the nurse's uniform?
Yeah, I'll read it to you. It's this is from the New York Post. A New York City woman, the New York Post is called the Sexy Bandit. Apparently, she jumps into the front seat of a car. I guess she pretends that her car's been disabled, and
Yeah.
the story here.
And flags down guys in expensive cars.
She's in a nurse's uniform, and she talks to the guys.
a Volkswagen. She really doesn't need your help.
No, I'm fine.
talks to the guys for a while, and suddenly apparently gets them in the back seats and starts fondling them. And according to this account, at a crucial moment, takes off with the victim's wallet.
Hey.
Talk about a carjacking. Rated XXX by AAA.
I guess.
No.
Dan Quayle's doctor says the former vice president could return to normal activities as soon as he leaves the hospital. He's set to be discharged on Monday after being treated for a blood clot in his right lung. Yesterday, Dan asked for a Big Mac and a shower, and he got both of them. He's doing much better, thank you.
The only problem is the bun broke up when it got all soggy.
Well, I'll tell you. After I get done eating a Big Mac, I need to wash up too. You scrub me down. I just ate at McDonald's because man, if you eat at McDonald's, 6 hours later, people will go, "Did you eat McDonald's?" I mean, it's just on your breath. It's on your mustache. I taste McDonald's in my mustache.
That's why I have a mustache, so I can taste it 6 hours later.
Really?
I love those fries.
Yeah, I love them.
The milkshakes are still good. They shouldn't worry about so much of their playgrounds, and if they can put a man on the moon, they can make a better burger. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Forget about the slides and then all the goofy guys running around. Let's put some money in the meat,
Well,
baby.
see, you don't have kids, and it shows, John, because whenever I drive by,
Slide. Yeah, well, that's what they're programming you. They're programming you as when you're adults, you'll come back to you'll say McDonald's equals fun. So your kids are screwed up.
No, see, my kids know every fast food toy of the month.
Oh, sure.
That's how they'll pick where they want to eat. They'll based on which toy they
So they're not stupid.
Paula Jones, who accuses President Clinton of sexually harassing her while he was governor of Arkansas, has lost her federal court battle to bar Penthouse from distributing their January issue, which has some partially nude photos of her. She's suing the mag for $30 million, saying those photos were taken in '87 by her boyfriend and intended for his eyes only.
Eyes only.
Have you seen any of these pictures?
I haven't seen it pictures, but she's not that attractive anyway.
She's posing with the, hello, welcome to my orifice.
Yeah, well, anytime a guy says, "Listen, I'm going to take these pictures and no one's going to see them," you can bet within 6 hours his buddies have already saw them.
Yeah. I think those were FedEx to
Why no video
1600
cameras?
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, well, video cameras. I mean, you ever video camera yourself?
No.
I did once.
No,
It's
I don't
not
want to
pretty.
know.
It's not pretty.
So we're not going to see that.
No, you know what? And then you got to re-erase it and hope no one ever finds it.
Yes. Ugh, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Well, it was pretty rough.
You saw the Tanya Harding.
Oh yeah, I did see
So
Tanya
she did
Harding.
get some fake.
She got fake ones.
She had.
But they were hillbilly hooters. I'll tell you that. They were like fried eggs. They were like 32
not
longs, weren't they?
attractive at
They were rough. It looked like balloons that were deflated. Stretch marks.
The jury weighing.
She was pretty nasty in that video. Did you see that video?
Yeah, she was nasty.
But
Very giving.
she is
Very giving.
Very giving.
Also,
How did those two kids break up?
I don't know.
Did you notice? I don't know if you noticed this. I learned something when I saw that video. Galuli is apparently from the Latin for donkey.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Yeah, I know.
Jury weighing the fate of alleged Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss gets back to work today. They have deliberated for 16 hours over 3 days without returning a verdict.
What a waste of time.
It really is.
I mean, what a waste of money and time. I mean, it's, the guys, forget about it.
The search for alternate jurors in the O.J. Simpson case has been complicated by comments from the sister of his slain ex-wife. 3 more prospective alternates bounced yesterday after they said they'd heard or were told of TV interviews given by Denise Brown saying she thinks O.J.'s guilty.
Now, listen, I live in Los Angeles, and we're so sick of this thing. I mean, you think it's bad out here.
Everyone is.
You think it's bad here, you should see it in L.A. I mean, you know how much money it's costing the taxpayers of California for this thing?
Millions and millions.
Millions. Why don't they just get 12 retired judges to be the jury? You know, you don't have to pay them nothing. But then again, Shapiro, his last thing he wants is a fair trial.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah.
The last thing he wants is a fair trial.
Speaking of guilty, that was the verdict for Tupac Shakur on 3 counts of sexual abuse. A jury in New York.
It's Tupac.
Tupac Shakur. A jury in New York yesterday found the actor, rapper, and co-defendant Charles Fuller guilty of first-degree sexual abuse in connection with an incident at his hotel room last
That was
year.
the Tupac thing.
But Shakur.
Too drunk.
What's his real name? Charles Fuller?
Too drunk.
No, that's the other guy.
Yeah, that was his big rap hit, Too Drunk to Puck. Wait a minute, that wasn't
But-
maybe that wasn't it.
Shakur and Fuller were found innocent of first-degree sodomy charges and were also cleared of weapons charges in connection with that incident. His attorney says they're ecstatic over the verdict and adds they're pleased the jury kept an open mind.
The jury, again, realized that the prosecution's case was full of lies, that the prosecution witness, the young lady, had no credibility whatsoever.
That's Shakur's attorney, Michael Warren. A woman claims Shakur offered her as a reward to some of his aides days after she had consented to have sex with him. By the way, Mr. Shakur wasn't in the courtroom yesterday when guilty verdicts were read. Later, his lawyer said Shakur had re-entered a hospital due to numbness in his legs.
After you take 5 bullets, I can sort of see the numbness setting in.
Yeah,
I'm
never
no
realized-
doctor, but
Never realized it was an outpatient kind of thing.
Man.
5 shot. You get shot 5 times.
once in the head.
Surgery
And
and
then
then
checked
leave.
himself out.
So,
I don't need this. And as I told Tom off air, you know things are really going good for you when Mickey Rourke drops everything and comes to your aid.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
I hope they made him wash before he went into the room. The germs alone.
The
I wonder if
Wisconsin-
his surgeon was wearing a dookie rope.
Very good, Tom.
Hey, yo.
The Wisconsin prison where Jeffrey Dahmer was
Scalpel.
beaten to death is in lockdown. The Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage houses 600 inmates. All of them remain in their cells until the investigation into the serial killer's death is over. An inmate is a lone suspect, but they're not ruling out a conspiracy theory in the killing of Jeffrey Dahmer. Lisa Marie Presley has issued a statement saying she and Michael, by the way, are very married and still very much in love, despite what you heard yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
Not such good news for Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford. Their statement was short and bittersweet yesterday. They have been separated since July.
The bad news is who gets to keep the gerbil.
gerbils are in.
At this point, as of now, there are no plans to go through with a divorce.
You know the sound a gerbil makes in a pet store when a gay guy walks in, don't you?
No.
Actor Lionel Standard has died at the age of 86. The actor best known for his work probably on Heart to Heart as Max
Mr. H.
died of lung cancer at his home in Brentwood, California.
He took such great care of himself.
How old was he?
86.
Oh, that's a lot of miles.
Great actor.
That's a lot of miles. I mean, what do you think the odds is,
Either one of us making
60?
Yeah.
Standard, by the way, was blacklisted in the 50s following his testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee. He had to fight back.
He made a lot of movies in Europe.
Yes. His career took off really, it was early in the 30s. He did those Mr. Deed movies.
He was
Mr.
in the
Deeds.
Emmanuel series, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
Sylvia
Heck.
Bristol and Lionel Standard.
I don't think Lionel was...
Samson, the hot tub-loving bear, is getting a pool of his own. The 400-pound black bear got a taste of the good life living in the mountains near L.A. Samson had a fondness for taking a dip in one resident's swimming pool, then soaking his cares away in their spa. A videotape of the relaxing bear won him some human friends and a reprieve from game wardens. Officials of the Orange County Zoo now say Samson will be getting a home in the zoo's new bear exhibit, and he'll have a swimming hole, but not a hot tub.
How nice.
A bear with his own hot tub?
Can you imagine?
Hey, how you doing? You want to come on over? Hey. Hey.
Take off those furs. Come on in.
It's just me and Cindy Bear.
You ever seen the zoos at the bears at the zoo here, John?
All the bears at the zoo here. This is too nice of a zoo. The animals here pretty much lost that killer instinct. Polar bear got a look on his face like, hey, beats Alaska. Eat a marshmallow, wave to a kid. Call it a day. I like it. I think we want to put some Pampers on those baboons, too.
I agree.
These guys have been lifting some heavy objects.
Hold on a second. Morning, Q95.
Is that you, Mr. K?
I guess that would be me. Hi, yes.
Is that you, Mr. G?
Yeah. Is this Lionel Standard?
Max. How are you?
Dead.
Mr. Standard, yeah, we read that you died. I'm sorry to hear that. You had a pretty good life.
Up here on the waiting list in heaven. I didn't know if you knew anyone that could possibly get me in.
No, not offhand.
You know what it's like waiting in line to get to heaven?
No.
Murder.
I guess it is, Max.
I have one of those. I know how you love logic problems.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Here's one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What did Jeffrey Dahmer do after he dumped his boyfriend?
I don't know.
I know. What? White.
Why?
But you know. That went all the way down the tunnel. You're caller 8, Max.
Tunnel with the sound of a bell.
You're caller 8, Max.
Get off my leg freeway.
Do you have a gerbil over there?
It's free.
Well, I'll come back with sports. It's 8:27. 8:31 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. I want to thank the Heddens, Clara, Tom and Alice Hedden for the foam rubber birthday cake.
Well, at least they remembered your birthday.
Yeah, we all forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, totally forgot.
It's a beautiful cake, frosting, nice frosting and everything else, but it's all foam rubber on the inside.
Tom and Alice, wouldn't you know?
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
We'll be enjoying get a little dip of the frosting. We're in the middle of the news here. It's time for sports with Chick McGee on Q95.
Good morning, sports fans. Bob, Tom, Christy.
Chick.
Seattle Seahawks orthopedic surgeon says the Seahawks player listed in critical condition has a severe neck injury. On life support, the player is one of 3 Seahawks injured in an auto accident last night. His name is not being released because his parents haven't been contacted. Police have arrested star running back Chris Warren for vehicular assault. He was driving the Chevy Blazer that hit a utility pole. Warren, treated and released from Overlake Medical Center in Bellevue, Washington, has 2 cracked ribs. 24-year-old rookie running back Lamar Smith being held overnight at the hospital with a chip fracture in his back and ankle injury. And just moments ago, Commissioner of the NFL, Paul Tagliabue, held a news conference. And here that is.
Thank you for coming this morning. I'll be offering up a short statement. No questions. I have a meeting later with Gene Upshaw. The statement from the Seattle Seahawks and the NFL office is as follows. It seems the Seahawks were having a late-night practice in anticipation of the fired-up Colts team. And they were practicing something they haven't done in years, the post pattern. We may see some subliminal references to post and poll. Very easy to construe that. Also, as sort of a rallying call, the Seattle Seahawks put up a very, very large sign in the locker room. Seems that the Seahawks are anticipating Don Makowski to start this week against their team of Polish descent. Mr. Makowski, and the sign in the locker room said, Get the poll. With a big exclamation point. And some players may have misconstrued that and taken it the wrong way. Very easy to do. This is an isolated incident, ladies and gentlemen. Statistically speaking, you are much safer being an NFL player driving than you are being a keyboard player for the Grateful Dead. That stuff happens. Just all of a sudden, remember there were two Darrens? So I urge all of you players also to be very careful over the next few weeks before you jump into your utility vehicles, and grab your guns and stuff. Please be careful. One more thing. I'll be offering up this to the NFL owners for next year. We are requesting that all NFL owners build their stadiums next to prisons so the players can walk to work. Thank
you. Commissioner Paul Tagliabue.
Yeah. That was
sort
Paul,
of.
huh?
Sort of.
Okay, good.
That was good.
Indiana 93, Clippers 84 last night. Larry Brown and Mark Jackson got a return look at the Clippers. They, of course, formerly coached by Brown, where Jackson was point guard. They've lost all 14 games this season and are within 3 games of the worst start in NBA history. The 1988 Miami Heat, 17 straight losses. Reggie Miller scored 24. Dale Davis had 16 points, 14 rebounds. Pooh Richardson had 17 points. Pacers at Golden State Saturday night. Cleveland beat Milwaukee 93-87. Denver 89. Dallas 80. Minnesota beat Utah 96-94. Houston beat Golden State 113-109. College basketball, Butler 82. Valpo 80. Indiana State beat Eckerd 106-79. Top 25 college hoops. Number 12 Arizona State beat Northern Arizona 74-50. Number 15 Minnesota beat Central Connecticut State 92-56. Number 20, Georgia Tech beat Western Carolina 89-63, and number 25, New Mexico State beat Texas El Paso 89-83. Chicago Bears last night lose in overtime to the Minnesota Vikings at the Metrodome 33-27.
That was a tough game.
Close game. Chris Carter caught a short pass that turned into a 65-yard touchdown reception. The teams are now tied for first. The Vikings holding the tiebreaker advantage. They've beaten the Bears twice this year. Joe Montana may be retiring, so the NFL will be disbanding at the end of this year. College football's Lombardi Award presented last night to Miami junior defensive end Warren Sapp. Colorado's Rasham Salam Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated yesterday won the Doak Walker Award as the nation's top running back. And a truck will pace the starting lineup at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for this year's Brickyard 400. Woohoo! Be a full-size Chevy CK pickup. Yes, sir. With an easy rider rifle rack right there in the back window.
And a pendulator bed.
And sports this morning brought to you by Chuck Callahan Ford. Chuck's dealing right now 2.9% financing on the Taurus, the number 1 selling car. Same special lease price on Taurus Sedan and Taurus Wagon. $238 per month, $1,500 down plus taxes. So if you're ready, Chuck's willing to deal. Asked to touch his belt buckle. 1.25 miles off Pendleton Pike on 38th Street. Say hello to Ray in service when you go over there.
Ray.
Say, hey, Ray. That's Chuck Callahan.
Call me Ray.
Oh, you can call me
Ray J, but you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
I've seen Ray. You might have to call him Johnson.
No, okay.
He's
Mr. John.
Mr. Judge. He's been over there for about 12 years. You know what I mean. Chuck Callahan Ford on 38th Street. Just 1.25 miles off Pendleton Pike. And remember, see firsthand why Mr. Callahan always says,
if it's not a Chuck Callahan Ford price, then you really don't have a price.
That's sports.
It is.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christine.
Representative Newt Gingrich has a novel coming out, ladies and gentlemen, called 1945. It's a World War II thriller with plenty of steamy scenes, according to an excerpt that was published in the New York Times Sunday magazine.
Yeah, it's really controversial because apparently there's like some really heavy sex scenes in it.
There are.
And yesterday, Gingrich stated that he hadn't read part of them because apparently he co-wrote it with somebody.
Oh,
so he's already on trouble. He's also working on a nonfiction piece.
Really?
What's that?
It's called I'm Okay, You're on Welfare.
At least for now, you're on welfare. When I get done with you, you won't have any.
Head
Fine
bookstores.
case. Yeah, that'll be good.
All right, we'll come right back. It's 8:39. 8:43 Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. And we've had a special guest all morning long. John Fox has been here and is taking off. John is downtown at the Indianapolis Comedy Connection.
2 shows tonight, 3 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Not to be missed.
No, not at all.
John Fox, veteran performer, veteran of our program, and veteran of our albums, and
veteran of your Christmas party this year.
Yes,
that's right.
That was nice. I'm glad I came in a day early to do that because it was a blast. You guys got such a great
Well, you missed it
here.
last year.
Last year I was in Minnesota for 8 hours in a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, you are also good friends with Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, in fact, I just did 2 weeks with Rodney at Bally's.
Oh, really?
How'd it go?
That was great. You know, anytime with Rodney, it's a blast. You know, every day is unexpected, and it's you're laughing all day. We're in the elevator going up to a suite one night for a little cocktail in between shows, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the elevator. There's this young girl who's like about 19 years old. She didn't have a clue. You know, just lights around, no one's home type, and she's asking Rodney. You know, she didn't know who he was. She says, "Excuse me, tonight I'm going to go see Rodney Dangerfield. Do you know where we purchase tickets at?" And he goes, "Yeah, let's go downstairs where it says tickets." He said, "Try that, And Rodney turns to me and goes, "I'll tell you, Fox, she'd make a hell of a detective, wouldn't she?"
Dangerfield, always
the
on.
best.
How old is Rodney now?
He's about 73.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, he's getting up there, I just want to be young and gentile. That's just all he walks around saying, I just want to be young and gentile.
Does he play Vegas a lot?
He does Vegas a lot, and we do a few dates in Florida and in New York. He does. He does what he has to do to keep busy, to keep his mind from going. But he pretty much retired, though. But he's still a lot of laughs.
He's great.
I'm sure he's wonderful.
Really is.
He's great. Well, thanks a lot, John. John Fox is downtown at the Indianapolis Comedy Connection. We're going to be doing something special tomorrow. Bob and I will be at the Glendale Mall, and we'll be there from 10 o'clock to noon signing the new Bob and Tom Canned Laughter project.
They load up for those signings, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I was aware of the signing of one of your Indianapolis 500 signings, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And they were 3 deep.
Yeah, well, we'll have a good crowd tomorrow. Come on over. We'll have the CD and the cassette for sale. It's a benefit for Gleaners Food Bank and the Indiana Children's Wish Fund. A lot of people get them signed for, especially for people in the armed forces or for people who had the bad taste to move away from Indiana.
It's a perfect Christmas gift, too. I mean, really, stocking stuffer.
The perfect stocking stuffer.
Absolutely.
And we'll, you want to play something from it right now?
I'm going to play
Bob?
a couple of Christmas things here for you.
Okay, we do have a couple of Christmas pieces on it.
One, the song will be from the album. This little piece is not on the album. All right?
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, John.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you.
It's Christmas. A little girl and an old man. It's a story of faith lost and restored.
I don't believe in you. I don't believe in Santa Claus. Every year I ask you for presents and you never bring them to me.
What? What's that?
I'm tired of being ignored, of opening up my little heart to you and never having you respond to the things I ask for. I won't believe in Santa.
Excuse me?
Here, Santa. Try this.
Huh? Oh, thanks.
I asked you for a doll and you never brought it. I asked you for a game and nothing.
Oh, a doll and a game? No problem. Old Santa will bring him this year.
Santa?
Yes, dear, it's me.
Oh, Santa, you finally heard my wish.
I did, thanks to this little contraption.
That's right, Santa. It's the Miracle Air on 34th Street. Make sure Christmas is the only silent night you have. Get Miracle Air on 34th Street today.
Do you hear what I hear? And now, thanks to Miracle Ear on 34th Street.
Every Christmas morning, underneath the tree, lots of lovely presents are waiting there for me. And though I'm quite delighted, it's hard to get excited. Who needs another sweater? Hey Santa, there is something that I'd like a whole lot better. listening, Santa? I've been a good girl this year, and there's only one thing that I want a boob job for Christmas. Big old knockers out to here. It would make me proud to be endowed like the Playmate of the Year. I want a boob job for Christmas. Make them big and make them wide. The only blimps as big as these say Goodyear on the side.
Heaving, hefty, happy hooters, squishy, gushing, lactate shooters, loads of curvy cleavage on display. Lusty, busty watermelons, each as big as Mount St. Helens. That is what she wants this holiday.
Santa, give me this one gift. It's not my spirits that are sagging. It's my boobs that need a lift. Oh, Santa, you know this Christmas season, give me a pair of juicy jugs, and you can be the first to squeeze them. I want a boob job for Christmas. Spongy silicone balloons. Who needs a boat? I can stay afloat with my bulging chest pontoons.
Bursting, beefy, bouncing bozos, wild and wiggly, whopping Waldos, nestled in a cup that's double D. Massive, milky, meaty memories, big enough to feed two families. Santa, won't you listen to her plea?
I want a boob job for Christmas. And when you've done that, Santa dear, if it's okay, send my way a nose job come next year.
Q95, there she is, Virginia Kegel, and I want a boob job for Christmas.
It's a classic already. A great arrangement by Steve Ali. Virginia Kegel, and she sounds kind of like Wendy Reed.
Just like Wendy Reed.
But no. That's on our brand new album, Canned Laughter. Once again, we're signing it tomorrow at the Glendale Mall from 10 to noon. So if you're in the area, come by. We'll also have the T-shirt and the, what else? Oh, the poster. We've got a great poster, beautiful cover by Rob Day. Now, coming up, starting at 9 o'clock on Q95, we're going to have Pacer tickets every hour.
Oh, great.
So stick around for that. And then Chick will have them, and then Dog will have them. So we got plenty of those. So hang around.
Got some new
And also,
stones.
do we have...
What?
Oh, that's next week. Okay.
Yes, that's next week.
We have a special guest coming next week.
A couple of
good.
special guests next week, but we'll talk
And one of
about
my
that.
favorite actors next week.
Jeff Daniels?
Jeff Daniels,
Yeah, he's great.
the guy from, he's in one of my favorite movies, Something Wild. He's probably best known as, he was the cop in, what was that, in Speed. He was one of the cops.
He's done a lot of movies.
And he was the,
in Zelig?
The hustling husband and in, the one where Deborah Winger, Terms of Endearment.
Ah, yes.
But
he's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, good actor. He's been on a couple of Woody. I think he's been on a couple of Woody Allen.
Yeah, the
films.
Zelig where they.
Was he in Zelig? I thought he was in the one with the guy.
Oh,
walking
something
off,
Rose. The something Rose.
Where the guy walks out of the screen.
Yeah.
Broadway Danny Rose. Was that
That's
the
what
one?
it was,
that the one he was in? And in any event, he's a fine actor. We'll be talking to him next week. This is
new,
and it's from the Rolling Stones.
Q95. Morning, Q95.
Yes, is this the Cash song?
Cash song! Yeah, it's a Cash song.
Yes, sir. Who is this?
This is John Meredith.
Congratulations, John. This is the Q95 Lotto Cash song. You've just won 95 Hoosier Lotto tickets. This week's jackpot is $4 million.
All right.
You also won 2 tickets to the Bank One Classic. IU taking on Evansville, courtesy of Subway sandwiches. Answer our bonus trivia question. Pick up an additional 100 instant win Hoosier Lottery tickets. Okay, John?
I'll try my best.
Okay, Bob, your category is?
Ireland trivia.
Ireland trivia.
Ireland trivia.
That's out of nowhere. Ian?
Yes. John!
Yes.
Wanker!
That's me.
All right, I like it. He admits it. How's it hanging this morning, John?
All right, I guess.
Well, all right, John. Are you a rock and roll fan?
Absolutely.
What kind of rock and roll?
All types.
Who's your favorite?
I don't really know.
Really? All right, that was the question. You don't win the money. Sorry. Go ahead and hang up.
Okay.
Just anybody in particular, John, you like? Anybody else? You want me to pick? All right, I'll pick.
I'll let you pick.
All right, it's going to be generic rock and roll, name that tune trivia.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay. Nick Aragua's here with us. Nick.
I'm sorry, Tommy, you didn't get the memo.
What memo?
Well, I'm trying to think of myself as more of a worldwide J now.
Yeah.
So my name is Rand McNally.
What?
Rand McNally.
You're going to change your name to Rand McNally.
Well, at least for this bit.
Okay.
All right, Rand.
What's your category?
What's your category? Maps?
Indianapolis Monthly Best of.
Okay.
Indianapolis Monthly Magazine, Best of Trivia. That sounds like a good category, Nick.
Thank you, my man.
That's a good one for me.
Those are your choices.
Well, I didn't
Oh, I'm
weigh
sorry,
in yet.
Tom.
I'm going to do Powerball winner trivia.
All right.
Oh, I don't know the guy's name.
That's not my question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which category do you want?
I'll take the generic music, I guess.
Okay,
Generic
okay.
rock and roll, name that tune trivia. All right, I'm going to play a riff, and this goes to a few different songs. You just sing or name any one of them, all right? Does that make sense, John?
No, not yet.
Are you awake? You with me, John?
Partially.
All right. Good luck, John.
I need it.
Good luck with that breathing thing later today.
Have no idea.
Anything, John? Nothing at all?
Have no idea.
Taking care of business?
Could have been taking care of business.
It didn't sound like it.
It didn't sound like it.
Sound like how they play it at the Dome, I guess.
All right, John, name this tune. You got one note. All right, good luck. What is it?
Taking care of business?
No, not even close. It was the Star Spangled Banner. Nice try. Taking care of business with a what? Rambling, gambling man.
I'm kind of curious as to what category Rand. Rand, what was your question? Give it to
what
John.
was your
We'll give him a
question,
second
Rand?
chance.
All right, we'll give you Indianapolis Monthly Best of. Are you ready, Jimmy?
It's John. John's name is John.
Whatever.
Just what's your question?
Who did Indianapolis Monthly say had the best place to dine and dash in this month's issue?
Dine and Dash?
I don't think that's
not
a
in there.
category.
They don't have
Oh,
a
it's not?
category.
No,
Dash,
I was just curious for myself.
No, they didn't have that category.
Couldn't afford to get a copy.
What
eh?
an idiot.
Hey, John, who did they say in the Separated at Birth? Who did they say Mayor William Hudnut looks like? Did you see it yet?
No.
Did you hear us talking about it?
He looks kind of like an alien, I would think.
Okay, John, I'll give you this.
Bill Hudnut.
All right.
Yes.
Wow.
No.
He got
You said, who did Bill Hudnut look like?
Oh.
Huh?
You asked him. Who did
Oh, I'm
Bill
sorry.
He
Hudnut
answered
look
what
like?
you gave.
Oh, I can't answer that?
Hey,
No,
John.
No, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
The magazine Indianapolis Monthly.
Yes, sir.
All right. In the title, there's the name of a city.
Uh-huh.
Can you name the city?
Oh, you asked the
Let's
easy
see.
part.
Indianapolis?
Oh, my God.
That's the question?
I thought you were going to ask the tougher question, Ivan.
What's it?
Ian.
How often it comes
Ian.
out.
It's Ian.
That would have been way too tricky,
Yeah.
I think.
Rand.
Rand.
It's Rand.
Rand McNally.
They have a photo of former Mayor William Hudnut and a photo of Mr. Burns from
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. It's very, very funny. It's well worth looking at it if
Well, I'll
not.
purchase one today.
Well, maybe you'll get enough money from your lottery winnings to purchase one, John. This afternoon with Jimmy Mad Dog Matus.
John, you sound absolutely qualified to win that $50 million.
We will play. He won tickets for the $4 million. We will play.
$50 million's already been won.
We'll play Ramblin' Gamblin' Man with Bob Seger this afternoon.
Oh, okay. I like that song.
All righty.
All right. Well,
John, tell everybody at the Rocket Factory we said hey.
Yeah.